Hello everybody and welcome, it's Vdan here, so glad that you can tune into another video. Today I'm going to show you a really easy and casual farming guide to make over 58,000 for tier 1. So for round 1 you start with a free dart placed where I did here and set him on last. During round 2 place down your farm, and now on round 3 with this positioning of the dart you should easily be able to pick off them balloons that go round the right hand corner. Now during round 4 you can place Sorter down just at the start of the track, and then life is going to be easy now with Sorter down. So basically you've got multiple options that you can do, but what I like to do is go and get an Opolis for round 31 because it allows me to have a much longer uptime on a lead to gold alchemist. Okay, so you'll see what I mean by that a bit later on. But basically, we're going to get two 200 farms first, okay? Now, before rushing for the bank, because we want to delay the Opolis a little bit to get a longer uptime on the alchemist, what we're actually going to do is we will also place down a third farm. So I'm not sure what's the best, but I mean, you could get Opolis round 29, but I think that delaying it a bit and getting more out of the rubber to gold, or lead to gold, sorry, is more appropriate. Just have to remember, because of the custom rounds on Dread Balloon, like having a lead to gold alchemist can seriously make a lot of money. So I always think early game, you should always try and push to get a lead to gold for at least a couple of the rounds. Okay, so what you will need to do is, if you want a bit of optimizations, I will discuss that next. But during round 11, which will happen shortly, what I want you to do is put it on slow speed, and then as soon as you have 1225, okay, you're going to instantly put the farm down just like that. And if you do that on time, you should be able to get an extra tick out of it, just as you saw there. So they're the kind of optimizations that the top players will do to eke out, you know, every single bit that you can. You want to kind of try and make sure that you get all ticks done on time and all of this. But if you're a casual player, okay, don't stress that much about it. Just try and get the farm down as quick as you can and just hope that you can get the extra tick out of it, because we will be a little bit close on money for round 31. So just make sure that you've got that little safety net. Now, during round 13, you should comfortably be able to get the second farm up to 200. And now we can just save a little bit. The normal strategy is to go and get the first farm to 220, so you get valuable bananas. But as I mentioned before, because we are going to delay the bank by a little bit, instead just save up a little bit so that we can go and afford another farm. All we're going to do is just get another farm down that'll be 000. It's just going to be a little bit of a placeholder, but it's going to be nice because we're going to have a bank down in conjunction with a 00 farm. So 000 farm, sorry, I missed a 0 there. So that's going to allow us to easily make money for the lead to gold. Okay, now what you need to do is, for round 17, put it on slow and collect and upgrade to valuable bananas mid-round. This will enable you to get about 3 or 4 ticks of valuable bananas, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's an extra 24 pounds, right? So just little stuff like that is what you need to do. Don't be on fast forward all the time, because you'll be surprised just how much less money you can have if you're, delaying your upgrades and stuff. You'll be surprised. And early game is where it matters more than ever. Okay, during the end of round 19, now we can easily sell the second farm. That's 202 now, okay? So remember the bank strategy. You get the 220, 202. Once you've got over 1,380, sell the 202 and get a 230, okay? So I'll just nail that into your heads a little bit if you're a casual player. That's what you always need to remember. And also that the first farm that you put down, that's the one that you upgrade to bank, not the second, because the first farm's on a discount. Okay, now we can get this placeholder farm. This farm's now a 200, and now we can literally just save and chill until we can go and get an alchemist. So the idea is that for round 28, we should hopefully have lead to gold on time, and indeed we will. In the meantime, let's just go and get an alchemist down, set him on strong, and start upgrading the bottom path. This will also help with rounds like round 26, where you will get some leads anyway as an artifact of the customization rounds, and it mitigates the need to use Sorter's ability. So always handy to try and preserve Sorter's ability. You never know if something just goes wrong and you have a leak. So yeah. Now, during round 27, again, Sorter's going to do all the work here. So she does make life easy. She's not the optimal strategy, but she makes it easy. And as you can see, I had $15 spare there, only 15 to get the lead to gold. So the stuff with kind of optimizing ticks will help you have a little bit more there. But if you are a little bit short, just buy it mid-round as soon as you can. But please try your best to be optimal with the ticks and everything should be good. Okay, now you've just done round 30 and you've managed to collect everything with the lead to gold alchemist. Now we're going to start setting our Opolis up. Setting up our Opolis, sorry. So, as always, you need to kind of maximize the power of discount villages. So, we're going to end up getting a total of 4 discount villages. But I did kind of preemptively think about where I wanted this farm to go down. So, that placeholder farm, don't just place it in a random position. We want to try and maximize the discounts we can get on it for the Opolis, because that will make our life easier. You always want to try and get a triple discount on this farm, okay? So, as you can see, the position's a bit tight. But if you just follow these positions, everything should be good. Now we upgrade to 202, get the increased sell back, and now we can go and proceed to get our Opolis. So, yeah, so I'm just going to get the bottom path. I'm going to go for the top village up there. Now we're going to sell them all. As you can see, I'm a little bit short, but we're going to sell Sorda for it. So as you can see, $44 spare. So, like I said, you need to make sure that you're not wasting ticks early on, because then otherwise you will be a bit too short. Now, during round 31... all I decided to do is go and get an Engie down, okay? So I'm literally just going to place him down here and get him to 012. Or we could actually, let's go and get double guns, okay? So just get him to 013. This is kind of, you know, going to be a placeholder to go and get the balloon trap a bit later on. Now we can sell the Alchemist, the 003 Alchemist that we set on strong, and we can be confident that he's at a net profit. The reason being is that think we've got him down for 3 rounds. We've had him down for 28, a pure lead round, 30 a pure lead round, and then 31 which has customization leads. So that's a really nice amount of uptime for the Alchemist, and that's why I wanted to delay the Opolis. You could get the Opolis earlier, but then you miss out on having the lead to gold, and I'm not sure, I've not done the maths on it, but I have a feeling that the lead to gold would outweigh getting the Opolis early, although I could be wrong, okay? So then the first thing I did during round 32 was to go and get a farm to 203 in range of the Opolis. Now for 33, this is not optimal, but it's easy. Let's just replace our Sorda. We previously sold her to go and get our Opolis early. Now we can place her down just to go and help with all the camos. In the meantime, for round 34, you really want to try and get Balloon Trap as quick as you can. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell Sorda for it once we've got about 3,100 or so, and then we're going to get Balloon Trap. Now, you will need to be a little bit careful here because you do have some leads. So when you retarget it, he may miss a lead. So just be a little bit careful there. You kind of need to get the timing really well. As you can see, there's some leads that are leaking. Now he's going to get redeployed to the front, and he just picks up that lead at the front, okay? That is something that you may need a couple of tries on to get the timing right, but it's not too hard and you should be fine. And now the next step is just to go and start building up more and more of these farms. So you want to get as many marketplaces as you can in range of the Opolis. So we're going to get 4. What we need to do is just basically get 003 first, and then once you have 003, start saving up to get 203. Also, make sure that you're redeploying the Balloon Trap constantly. So as you can see, you want to keep retargeting the Balloon Trap so you get a quicker deploy. That's going to ensure that you're not leaking. Of course, early game is rooted on having some good Balloon Trap micro. So for example, my collection there was not very good. The better that you can force all the balloons into the trap and collect it, the more money you're going to make, and you can actually probably push this strategy up to like 60,000 if you're good with your Balloon Trap micro and stuff, okay? So just be wary. Don't ever just kind of forget about the Balloon Trap. I don't recommend that. Now, during 36, I'm going to place Sorda down again. And what I always do on 36 is, so we've got a fresh Balloon Trap, let him collect 2 loads of the pinks, then redeploy him, and then everything should work out timing-wise so that for the final 3rd horde of pinks, he can get every single one of them in the trap. And we should also just have enough to go and get our last farm to 203. I'm just going to exit and reload the game just to ensure that we can get the collection. And now we've just got one more step left, which is upgrade this farm to 203. And now all we need to do is we can just get a couple of glues at the start and a rubber to gold alchemist, and then we've done, okay? So just always remember that, I mean, rubber to gold is usually always useful on maps anyway for round 37 and bosses. But in particular for Dread Balloon, it's got an even more special place just because of the extra leads that you get. I think, you know, you can literally make like an extra £5,000 more than normal just because of all the leads that you get. So that's quite insane. You can make an extra 5,000 if you've got Alchemist. So as you can see, we've just got him up to 103 right now, the Alchemist, and setting him on strong. Now we're going to get him to 104, and we're going to go and add another glue. This is just to ensure that, you know, we can stick as many of the balloons as we can, so that the ones that go in the trap, you know, they're coated nicely by the Rubber to Gold Alchemist, and then obviously that's going to translate to getting much more money from the balloon trap. And the balloon trap, obviously in range of the Opolis, is already making a lot, so to just kind of make even more, that's what we want early game. So it's a very kind of typical strategy for Dread Balloon is to make sure you put an emphasis on getting lead to gold for some of the customized rounds, okay? Then the rest of it is just basically traditional farming meta strategy, which is to get an Opolis with as many farms as you can ideally, but we've only got 4 here. I'm sure though you must be able to get 5. Now, as you can see, we've already got like over 8,000 going into round 39. If you wanted to copy my tier 1 strategy, then all you'd need to do here is just simply set up the glue already. So you'd get your 240 glue already set up, okay, during round 39, so its ability is ready. And then that is going to easily allow you to copy my tier 1 strategy. If you wanted to push it even harder, this is where you can also get an overclock set up. So you may have to sell a couple of farms, but you can also get an overclock, so you can overclock the tack zone or permaspike for the tier 1 kill. And that can net you like a 14-second kill, okay? If you wanted to go super tryhard, you could do double overclock, but maybe that's a bit too rough on the eco, so I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, so I hope this has helped. Let's just go and exit and reload. This was not an optimal kind of run. It was a very laid back one, but hopefully it gives you the idea of how to do things a bit more optimally and make about 58,000 with no stress. So let's just go and see. Okay, we're a tiny bit short, but I credit that to Bad Balloon Trap Micro. So thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you guys soon.